Every nation receives a warning before the storm.
Varia who wanted to disturb us in Chingola, yesterday I hear they are planning to disturb the polling station Ninshi Kulefyo Balefwaya.
For Zambia, that warning came from the copper belt, from a place that once pulsed with copper and hope, but now bleeds frustration and dust. When the president arrived, the chants were not songs of praise, but they were cries from people who ran out of patience. Senseli, the name of the mine that once made ordinary men millionaires overnight. To people of Chingola, it wasn't just a mine, it was a miracle. But when it was taken and fenced off, the gold disappeared, and so did their hope. The government called it regulations, but the people called it robbery. The difference between regulations and robbery is what turned Chingola into a battlefield of words, hunger, and betrayal. And beneath this anger lies an old rivalry between Minister Paul Kabuswe and a man whose name has been whispered in the streets of Chingola, Spax mine.
Abene bafumeko bareko kubomba kwiseba kadda kuno ndefu musebe muopenyi mutwebe because taturefwe fyongo ifira mwamba okutuma abantu bayisa mukurawo abantu it's very easy na ino kuita abantu bomi abantu taturefwa ama program yako bali mwamba nokutupangire mirandu shabu fumamba okutora kufungo
and that is why I want to sound the warning. I watched a video 2 days ago by somebody who was trying to say I want to sound the warning.
In their feud, their shadows, and their control over mining rights is all part of the bigger struggle for power beneath the Chingolan soil. And when the stones flew that day, some say it wasn't just random rage. It was tension finally breaking surface. Between the emojis and the laughter hides the exhaustion of a nation. When citizens mock their leaders, it's not comedy, it's coping. When the humor becomes survival, democracy is already in pain. The president's office released a statement. Quick action by security personnel prevented the objects from hitting the president. He called for calm. Now that is a good message, presidential and polished. But on the ground, people's version sounds different. It sounds like hunger, it sounds like despair, and it sounds like betrayal. Even in the house of God, the truth spoke without fear. The president's own people, in his own stronghold, refused to pretend. Not out of rebellion, but because they can no longer recognize the people that claim to represent them. When a leader loses the streets, it's called politics. But when a leader loses the church, that is spiritual rejection. Chingola wasn't just shouting anymore. It was confessing. What's happening in Chingola is bigger than one day. It's a symptom of a nation where inequality has become normal, where corruption is whispered about more than it is punished, and where the distance between the state house and the streets grows wider day by day. The people are not lawless, they're just hopeless. And hopelessness is more dangerous than rebellion. The convoy escaped the stones that day, but can power escape accountability? Can leadership survive without listening? And can democracy breathe when hunger becomes its loudest opposition? It's not a scandal, but it's a warning. And the people of Chingola did not shout for fun, they shouted for food. And when they threw stones, they were not throwing at a man, they were throwing stones at the promises. This was not rebellion, it was revelation. So for more videos, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. For more Africa to America videos for what's going on in Africa and what's going on in the US, do not forget to like and share. Tell ya.